Hey, what's up guys? How you doing? It is me, Lasty here. Welcome today to a brand new episode of The Road to Glory. It's all the ones today, episode number 111. Hope you're all doing well. Happy Sunday to your friends. Today, what I've got for you is a pretty busy episode, and this is my crossover between the end of Winter Wildcards into Numero FUT. So I do hope you enjoy. If you do, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, up a town, all of that sort of stuff. Today, I'll be at Craven Cottage watching Ipswich away at Fulham. So, you know, hopefully we can get some a point, 3 points would be amazing. Hopefully not a defeat. That's the aim. So yeah, let's crack on. You know what the team is looking like by now. I thought about maybe switching it around. This verse isn't quite as good as I'd hoped, at least not for me anyway. So I thought we could just do this where we put Vinny at left mid, bring Eto back in. I could also take out Mendy, put Zé Roberto at left back, maybe put like Jack Taylor or something in the midfield. I've got options, and that's a very good thing right now. There are so many good players in my club that I literally can chop and change, and a lot of the time I just use my Ipswich team, don't I? So that shows how good a lot of those players have become thanks to Evos. We will get stuck in with another Evo today. So you'll see exactly who I pop in there. And of course, with it being Numero FUT, I decided to save a bunch of player picks a little bit later in the video that we could open for the very start of that promo. Now we pack ourselves Inform Reinders here. I actually have the better version of him, who apparently is really, really good. Is it Thunderstruck version? Where he's got like Tiki Taka as a playstyle plus and he's got some really nice stats. I feel like maybe I should give him a go because I've got him chilling in the club and I just don't ever use him, but apparently he's actually very good. I've also been playing a little bit of Rush, and I tell you what, there are some people on Rush that, they get on your nerves. I'll tell you that. It's the first time I played since they made those big changes a while back to make it shorter and there's less AFK people, you get kicked quicker and stuff. And it genuinely is a much better experience. But there are just some people that refuse to pass. I don't know why, if you choose your Vinicius Jr., you decide that you are a one-man band and you're just going to dribble and never, ever pass. It's wild to me. So I normally just kind of sit in defense and chill and make a through ball or that sort of thing, to just try and stop the team conceding in reality. But yeah, it's fun. If you are one of those people that doesn't pass in Rush, just check yourself and realize there's 4 of you on the team. Be a team player. You end up winning more, I promise you. Anyway, sorry, that's just my Rush rant over and done with. I've completed marquee matchups. Get that done nice and quick. And see if we can get any rewards that are worth it today. Marquee matchups is a weird one because it hasn't really been great for a couple of years. But of course, the packs have remained tradable, and if you can get a walkout or something, it's kind of worth it. The one thing I would say is, and we do get ourselves a walkout here, by the way. We know that silhouette. It's a Wendy Renard, if I've ever seen one. That's an 88 rated card, right? Who currently goes for like 7,000 coins. The fodder levels of tradable players this year are at like an all-time low. Now, we are obviously approaching Team of the Year. We know that mid to end of January is Team of the Year time. And with that, I guess people either start to panic and offload everything because they want as many coins as possible for Team of the Year. Or they realize that the value of stuff is going to come down. There's going to be so many people opening packs that they just offload everything to try and get as much money as they can at the time. And that, of course, then leads to the whole fodder market just dropping like a rock. If I was smart, I wouldn't have opened a 450k pack the other day. But I'm not smart. What I would have done is probably bought like a load of 88s or something, because if they're that cheap and we get like some really good SBCs over the next few weeks, surely some players just rise in price. I'm not sure though. I'm not a trading expert. That's for damn sure. I tell you that. I'm not very good at trading. I historically lose coins left, right, and center on every FIFA or FC game that I play. So I'm going into a batch of division rivals. I wanted today, before we even think about the weekend league, I wanted to get 5 wins on the board, or those 15 points on the board, so that when it gets to Tuesday or Wednesday and I look at rivals and I'm like, oh my word, I've not even started it, at least I'll have the bare minimum reward and I can make a choice as to whether it's worth my time trying to get the 7 extra wins to get the better rewards, or whether or not I just leave it at 5 and then carry on with whatever I'm doing in the menus. I would imagine, with the menu content not being quite so good this week, as an understatement for Numero FUT compared to Winter Wildcard stuff, RIP the 83 times 10s and the 82 times 14s, that maybe gameplay, maybe I will push myself to get those rivals wins because it's going to be worth it. That's going to be the only real way that I can make coins and get players and fodder this week, as well as squad battles and foot champs and whatnot as well, you see. So I'm getting some victories. That's what you're seeing anyway. But normally I end up getting a load of victories, also taking quite a few L's along the way, and I just don't show you those, but I mention it, and you see that I'm not really progressing through the division. One thing you will notice today is that we actually have a good little run, to the point where I'm properly pushing through Division 3. So we get a 2-0 victory there. How far on are we? Or are we now at the point where we get to a hot streak? Can't quite remember. Yeah, we do put ourselves onto a hot streak now. So if we can win the next one, we will, of course, go up to the checkpoint. And then if you continue a hot streak like that, you're only a couple wins away from the next division, which would probably be very difficult for me, because we are still at fairly early in a new season, and the people up in Div 2 would probably be quite good. And of course, you can always get relegated from that as well, which means that I probably wouldn't stay there. So it might not be worth pushing up that high yet. We shall see. We'll try and time it for the end of the season, or for a set of rewards one week maybe. I don't know if I'm good enough for that though, in all honesty. But what we are doing here is getting victories in a row, keeping the hot streak going in Division 3. 3-0 win in the next one, and that does take me over the checkpoint, and we are now 3 wins away on a hot streak to Division 2, and we're on 9 out of 15 points that I wanted to get to today, so that's very, very good. Moving on to the next one. This was the most difficult game I played in this little session. This was against a 4-2-1-3, super defensive, super wide. So, like, his wingers were chilling out wide, really making use of the pace. And then whenever I was pushing forwards, I felt like it was a bank of 6 that I was playing up against. 4-2-1-3. Touch grass if you're playing that formation in a really defensive way. It's basically a 6 at the back. I hate it. No, I'm kidding, but, like, maybe whatever gets you your wins, I guess. It's just annoying to play against. You do you. But I ended up winning 2-1, and that felt very, very good. Because, yeah, it's so difficult to break that down. The 2 DMs, probably, like, with ++ holding on them, and then, like, a bank of 4 that are just really tight, and the AI just defends. It's very difficult to break down. Definitely one of the most difficult banks of 6 that I've had to try and play against, whereas obviously I play my 4-4-2, and that kind of is just really open the midfield, so my opponents can properly attack against me. I just got to hope that I've got enough going forwards that I can outscore my opponents. Now, we literally went 1-0 up. Zé Roberto with a mazy dribble, and a lovely finish into the back of the net with a Trivella, gives me a 1-0 victory, and that gets me up to my 15 points and puts me onto the promotion game. Are we actually going to do this? I thought I'm at my 15 points. That's where I was going to stop, but I couldn't not play the next game to see if we got promoted or not, because that would make a difference to what I do for the rest of the week. But I end up going 1-0 down after 11 minutes. Frank Rijkaard scored. He's an RTG hero for us this year, or an icon, you could say. And then I end up going 2-0 down. I was kind of getting destroyed in this game. So the Road to Glory lost to the Race to Glory, that guy was called. And GG's to you. No worries. We're not going to get pushed up to Division 2 just yet, but we have reached the bare minimum threshold for 5-win rewards. All right, we'll take that. Moving on. I get a Jumbo Rare Players Pack for 200 wins in Rivals. That's quite nice. That was almost like unexpected. I forgot that was a thing. And then I also get a Patrick Bamford from Leeds, who's got Finesse Shot or Power Shot, one of the two. My eyesight's terrible. Looking at this tiny little preview screen of the video. But yeah, as you can see here, Numero FUT arrived. 6 p.m. arrived on Friday night. And I could start off with a player pick. And what would be better than getting a Numero FUT in your very first player pick? Come on. Is that Luke de Jong? Simon de Jong? I think it's Luke de Jong, right? I can speed it up, though, to like 500%, like we normally do with player picks. But I've got 20 player picks here that I just built up. I think I used quite a lot of my non-rares and up to like 82 rated rares when I was popping these in, just to see if we could start the promo off with a dub. And literally the very first player pick was a Numero FUT, so I can't really complain about that. I don't think it's the greatest one, but I don't think there are, apart from like Rafael Leao, none of them are like that incredible, right? So doesn't really matter. But that was genuinely kind of it. I got an inform, I think. I don't think I got a walkout other than the Numero FUT, which is terrible, really. Didn't get a walkout from the 100k pack. So I don't know what the tunnel design looks like for packing a promo card this week, but I'm sure we'll get there. So yeah, not much from the 100k pack. That was for 200 wins in Rivals, and I got a Casemiro. That's a bit of a shame. And then the latest Evo, or the Evo that came out on the Friday night, remember Kleiber? I certainly do remember Kleiber. He was an RTG legend a few years ago. That Dutch Ajax right back that could play centre back as well, and was just genuinely so good. I certainly remember Kleiber. Now, I decided to put Luke Wolfenden through this evolution because he's 80 rated and would go up to that 85, that kind of key rating where you're not too high to go in another Evo in the future. And if I'd have put Jacob Greaves or Leif Davis, who are like my other two options, into it, they would have both been up to an 87, which is probably going to just like put a ceiling on them for a little bit too long. So I'm kind of still waiting on those. And Wolfie looks like he's going to be a really good card. I get the Evo done. I did this in squad battles and rush, actually. I was just chilling, playing a bit of rush. 84 pace, 87 defending, 87 physical with jockey plus as an 85 rated centre-back. That's really quite good. I put Amari through the inside forward plus for the right mid player. I finally put him through that. I'm sick of waiting for the Avalanche, attacking Avalanche number 2. And then whilst playing all that stuff for Wolfie, eventually I ended up getting the 8 Nori stuff done. Used to really like this guy, but he was a whinging little against Ipswich. Didn't like how he played, and was really sort of having a battle with one of our players. So I dislike him now. But we're going to take the one with the home kit on. I think is slightly clear compared to the other one. It's got jockey plus. I think it was jockey plus, and like better defending, better physical, that sort of thing, rather than the one which is almost more of a left mid or a left wing back with the rapid plus and loads of pace. But a pretty cool card to get, I guess. I just, yeah, a couple of Wolves players annoyed me when we played against them. I was so glad we beat them. But we almost have this like little mini rivalry with Wolves now. And I guess it's partly due to the relegation battle thing as well. But yeah, Mateus Cunha and Rayan Aït-Nouri, not my favourite players anymore, I'll tell you that. Anyway, no malice intended, of course. We reached the end of the episode. Do hope you have enjoyed. If you have, please do me a tiny little favour. Hit the thumbs up button. That'd be great. I am running short on time. I've got a very busy weekend this weekend with some plans with my friends, and then also like this Fulham away game. So I do apologise in advance if maybe there isn't a video tomorrow or it's late or something. But I will crack back on with everything on Monday. So maybe there's a Monday mishap and we get back to it on Tuesday. If not, hopefully everything goes well and I can just squeeze a video in somewhere. Take it easy, my friends. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.